Hey guys, Level Cap here, and welcome to Devlog number 55 for Sea-Beams, a spaceship action RPG that I'm building with a small indie team. It's been a little over a month since our last devlog, but we have a lot of cool new stuff to show off. We have the results of our Kit Bash spaceship building experiments, and we have 3 new ships in the game. We have a brand new mining user interface. There's brand new levels and level assets that are really starting to punch up the game visuals. We have the ability to now buy and swap ships in game. We have new back-end quest system tools, new asteroid and ship spawners, and even the first iteration of our spaceship module system where we're actually adding abilities, stats, and stuff like that to our ships by adding and removing gadgets from our ship itself. Now you can currently wishlist Sea-Beams on Steam using the link in the video description. We surpassed 180,000 wishlists since last devlog, which is very exciting. And without further ado, let's get into some of these brand new features, starting off with, always my favorite thing, new spaceships. So last devlog, I showed off these kit bashed ships here that I threw together very quickly using existing ship parts to make new designs. Then I tossed them over to Evan Browning, our modeler, to fix them up and make them game ready and solve all the remaining problems. And then I did the final material work for them, got them an engine, and we have 3 new kit bashed ships. This one here is a size 2 cargo ship. It's kind of like 2 sized 1 vessels sandwiched together, and I like the look of it. It's just fat and clunky, which is what a spaceship can and should be, because we don't need aerodynamics in space. It just has to be functional. Now this ship will be able to carry a bit more cargo than your size 1 ships out there, and it's got 2 missile pods and 2 Sea-Wiz defense platforms, which does allow it to engage in slightly more intense combat, but it doesn't necessarily have the maneuverability to back it up, especially if it's fully loaded with cargo. This ship could get a bit sluggish. Next up, we have a slightly bigger size 2 cargo ship. This one's actually got a size 2 weapon platform on it, which is always fun. I like cramming big guns on small ships. This one's definitely going to have a bit more maneuvering and firepower in the size 2 package. So a more expensive offering, but a good way to max out your cargo carrying potential. Then last but not least, we have our first size 4 cargo ship for people going down the hauling and trading route. This will be a pretty valuable ship for them. It's got 2 size 2 weapon hardpoints and 4 auxiliary bays, which could be loaded up with missiles if you want to give it a full extra bit of firepower at range. And here you can see how it compares to a size 4 combat vessel. The size 4 has about 3 times the amount of turret firepower than it does, but the combat ship will also carry way less cargo and probably consume a bit more fuel just to get around. So there's going to be some interesting trade-offs between going the cargo route versus the combat route. Now next up, I'm excited to show off the progress we've made with the mining system. This is a major UI overhaul along with some mechanics improvements. The UI was concepted by Josh Atkinson, and then Prebin, aka Mr. Meteor, has put it in game. And I gotta say, both of them have done a phenomenal job. The new mining mechanics are really fun. We've changed the laser now so that it's just basically a trigger pull to activate it and then release to deactivate it. We don't really have the pulse mechanic anymore, although it could come back for more advanced laser systems down the road. And really just right now, mining is feeling very good, even though it's not fully complete. In fact, it's only supposed to mine a little bit closer to where the red marker is, so the beam width is a little bit larger than it should be, but in general, mining's feeling solid. We've got a new overheat mechanic for asteroids that isn't fully functional yet, but should be by the next devlog, and I'm just really impressed with the work that these guys have done. Now, last devlog, I got to show you Santiago's racetrack that he made for the game. This devlog, I get to show you some new maps and cool new assets he's building for us. This is the first exploration at a new system called Kalis, and Kalis is a gas giant with rings around it, and Santiago was given the assignment to make it look like the rings were part of the level and that we were flying through the asteroids of that planet's rings, and I think he knocked that assignment out of the park. There's so many fun things that we can do with parallax in this game, and this is just hopefully the tip of the iceberg. Here's another level called Vesper, in which the level takes place around a massive background asteroid. So just playing with the idea of using massive asteroids as sort of the main set piece behind what's going on here. And it's kind of a darker, more murky level that will be great for ambushes and all kinds of covert operations. Next up we have Limon, which is going to be an important destination for our Navara system, which will be primarily where Chapter 1 of the game takes place. Limon sort of acts as the border patrol for the Navara system. There's only one way in, and they've built a big defensive sort of policing station here. And spoiler alert, some stuff is going to go down here, so we need a cool looking corporate station. I laid out the base groundwork for this station, and then Santiago just improved the heck out of it with all kinds of cool holographic emitters and signage and styling that just really ups the vibe of this level. And I'm looking forward to exploring it even further as we build out the mission sequence here. And as if that wasn't enough, Santiago is also exploring large asteroid interiors. I think it would be fun to fly inside of a large asteroid and have a cave system to have to navigate. There could be enemy bases, all kinds of opportunities for new loot and dangerous anomalies and whatnot. So this is actually Santiago's first early prototype of this cave system, and he's actually gone above and beyond and started to develop a PCG system for it, which stands for Procedural Content Generation. That means the caves themselves will actually be auto-generated and connected together to save us a ton of time in the long run by creating lots of unique asteroid cave systems without having to do every little step by hand. Now, next up, I get to introduce Shoni, who's been working with us for a few months now. He has been getting up to speed on not only all of our code base for the game, but working on GAS, which stands for Gameplay Ability System. And our first use case here are modifiers for our spaceship. So adding in reinforced plating, we can lower the weight of our ship by putting in an alloy chassis. We can reduce the cooldown on our weapons simply by adding mods to the ship. And while we could have done simple versions of this very quickly, creating a foundational system that's going to work very well for not only our ships, but NPC ships and not break over time, hopefully, it required doing a lot of groundwork and getting up to speed with GAS and making sure that we do it all right. Shoni is also becoming the team's weapon expert. His first assignment was to create some size 3 railguns for our ships that can mount size 3 weapon platforms. So here's a battleship for Atlas mounting 4 size 3 railgun turrets, and they're doing some work. Nice job, Shoni. Now, Rich Jocelyn, tech lead on the project and guy who's been here day one with me along the way, has been quite busy working on many different systems for the game. Firstly, he got ship purchasing and ship hangars and ship swapping to work. So you can now buy ships, you can store them in your hangar, and you can swap them when docked at a station that has a hangar. It's a little crude looking in terms of your ship just sort of pops into existence at the moment. We'll clean all that stuff up later, but this is a major milestone for the game. It's a major symbolism of progression and what the player is supposed to be able to do once they start playing the game, saving up money for the bigger and better ships. I mean, I'm getting excited just thinking about it. Rich has also upgraded our quest system to have a bit more of a graphical user interface on the design side, which is super helpful for me. As I build out quests, I no longer have to look at a long list of data assets, input fields. I can now look at a more visual layout of how a quest system is built, see the dialogue windows, see the task windows. It becomes much quicker to read and much quicker to find an area in a quest that I need to modify or manipulate. Rich has also been doing a ton of work on spawners. We now have basically enemy jump-in spawners, which are going to be very useful for ships that call for reinforcements or booby traps in levels that call for reinforcements. Just seeing ships jump in is kind of cool. This is an older effect that we've had in the game for a while that we're reusing to jump the ships in, but this mechanic is going to be used in so many different ways. Another major component of the upgraded spawner system is Rich creating basically a data template system that can store spawner data for what's in a level. These asteroids that you see in this level are not actually in this level. Instead, they are just data points that get saved to a sheet, and then Rich's custom spawner system knows when to propagate an asteroid in a level. This can be used to save the state of a level. If you're jumping away to clear up some cargo room and you want to jump back to pick up that loot, well, that loot's going to still be there because it's saved to a data template. It also means that the radar can read that data template without having to actually physically load in certain actors. So it's a huge performance saving for the game as well. So as you can see, the C-Beams team has been quite busy getting features ready. There's still quite a bit of work ahead of us, but it is nice getting the groundwork done for a lot of these big core features and starting to polish up some of our longer standing features and getting them more to a final-ish looking state. Lots of more content coming into the game, lots more world building and quest building and stuff to do. I'm excited to show you guys what the next steps are in our next devlog. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Once again, if you haven't wishlisted C-Beams already, check out the video description for a link to do so. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. This is Level Cap signing off.